What's up, guys? Shay Stevens here, PDGA number 77522, and today we're taking a look at the Eclipse Uplink. Let's get to it. Before we get to the video, please click that like button if you're enjoying the content. If you find yourself coming back often, make sure you're subscribed and click that notification bell. It really helps me out, and I try to post videos at least once a week. As always, thank you all for the support. So before we get going, I just want to remind everybody that we have a Team Foundation Challenge currently running until June 9th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So be sure to check that out and make sure you get a submission for the giveaway. Now, moving on, I had a lot of people reach out to me and ask if I could do this review for the Eclipse Uplink. It's a very popular mid-range in the MVP lineup. The flight numbers on the Uplink are speed of 5, glide of 5, turn of -3, and a fade of 0.5. So not as crazy as the Paradox, but still very understable. But it has a lot of utility for pretty much every player. You know, your low arm speed to high arm speed. A lot of players bag this disc just because of how workable it is. So I was very excited. We've only had the Uplink available to us in Neutron and Soft Neutron, but with the OTB Open, we saw the special release for that event in Eclipse plastic, and I got 3 of them because I love my Uplinks. So I was really looking forward to checking this disc out. So let's start off with some profiles first. All right, starting off, we have the Eclipse Uplink on the left compared to the Gyropalooza Uplink on the right. Now, a lot of people have said the Gyropalooza Uplink is a little more understable compared to the stock releases. I haven't really thrown any of the new stock release yet. I've thrown a bunch of used ones, which I like. I did throw the Soft Neutron Uplinks as part of a review from MVP when they sent me testers, but I was actually injured at the time, so didn't really get a good read on it. But side by side here, the parting lines are identical, but the one thing to note is if you look on the Eclipse Uplink left-hand side, it kind of has more of an indent, more of a curve on the underside of the disc compared to the Gyropalooza Uplink has more of a straight line from the nose coming down to the bottom there. What that little indent on the Eclipse Uplink is going to do is going to create a little bit more drag on the disc. It's going to trap a little more air in there. So that could result in, as the disc slows down, more fade. So that would explain possibly some of the more overstability we're seeing. But that's compared to the Gyropalooza Uplink. Let's take a look at the stock release next. So here I have the Neutron on the right compared to the Eclipse on the left. And again, about the same, honestly. You're seeing a bit more of a dramatic swoop on the Eclipse Uplink. But there is a bit more of that indent on the Neutron Uplink compared to the Gyropalooza, so that might be that drag that people are noticing, that extra stability at the end of the flight. Personally, I couldn't really capture it in film. The Gyropalooza Uplink does feel a little more filling in my hand. The stock release and the Eclipse do feel a little more low profile to me, but that's just kind of like a personal observation. And I was trying to catch an angle of it. I couldn't really get it on film, so I'm just curious if it's just the way my hand is shaped. But there's just some observations I saw when I was doing these side-by-sides. And then it was time to head out to the field. Made sure to go out nice and early so that way wind wouldn't be a factor. There's a slight breeze from right to left, but it's almost negligible. I do note it just so you guys can, take it into consideration when I'm throwing. I brought with me a Neutron Uplink, brand new. I hadn't thrown it yet. It's a lab second, real pretty swirls. 176 gram, the same weight as the Eclipse I'm throwing. Since, I love the stamp on here, real pretty. Good, gummy Eclipse plastic. Little on the slick side, but I've noticed, especially with the recent runs of like Fission and Eclipse, you just gotta throw it for a week or two just to get some dirt on there, wear off that sheen, and you'll get plenty of grip on these discs. So you just gotta work it on a little bit, and grip won't be an issue. But right out the box, just something to consider. It's slightly on the slick side. So with that, let's get out to the field and see how they fly. So after today, I think I have to agree. The new uplinks are definitely more overstable than the Gyrapalooza release. Gyrapalooza release, it felt like I just hit it flat, nice and easy, and it would give me that great long panning anhyzer. It wouldn't turn and burn like the Paradox, but it would kind of like fight back to like flat, but just keep coasting off to the right and sit really nice. These have some fight on the end, which isn't bad. Just something to consider in your shot. You can probably hit these a little bit harder, get a little more distance out of them if that's what you're looking for. Uh, for comparison wise, for stability, I will say the Eclipse is a little more overstable than the Neutron, but it's not like dramatic. I think the stability difference in relation to plastic blend is less pronounced in slower speed discs, just because there's less to be affected. Really, I think as you go higher up with wider rims, lower profile discs, where a Eclipse plate seizes up a little bit more, pulls that nose of the disc up a bit more, it'll have a more dramatic effect on a driver compared to something slower like a mid-range. So yes, I think it's a little more overstable, but not ridiculously so. So just take that into consideration when trying to find your preferred understable mid-range. For me, I am really looking forward to this for glow season. I have needed an understable mid-range. I played glow in the woods and I need hyzer flip discs. I have a beat the heck Eclipse reactor that I've done horrible things to for a year and a half, and it basically flies like this guy does brand new. So really excited. I have a Neutron uplink in my backup bag right now. That's pretty much where my current Gyrapalooza uplink is. So I might actually pull that out of the bag just so that way, I don't want to seize it any further. It's where I like it. So if I lose my main bag uplink, that one is ready to tag in. So I might drop this one in my backup bag just to get it going and just see what I can work it. See how I can work it. So like I said, I want to use it a bit, get that that slickness worn off a bit, get some good grip on it. So yeah, really excited for this disc. So thank you to OTB for requesting it, and thank you for MVP for making it happen. I can't wait for the stock release. I'm definitely gonna grab a few of them when they come out, just because Eclipse plastic is awesome, and I love understable discs. So that's been my review of the Eclipse Uplink. Before I go, I just want to throw a reminder out. We are getting close to 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't already, please like the video, subscribe to my channel. At 1,000, I'll be doing a pretty good giveaway to commemorate the milestone. So help me get there. I'd really appreciate that support. And as always, guys, if you have any questions for me, reach out. I'll do my best to answer them. Take care. Thank you to my sponsors. For all your disc golf needs, check out Phoenix Discs and Foundation Disc Golf.